and welcome to Tuesday Night Shipping. So I have 9 sales going out today. They are 4 on eBay, 3 on Poshmark, 2 on Etsy. Thank you. And at least 2 of those sales, 1 on Etsy and 1 on Poshmark, I attribute to Vendoo, the cross-listing platform that I use habitually every single day now in order to cross-post those items that are relevant on different platforms. So for example, one of the items that I sold was an $80 purse on Poshmark, and that one was cross-posted using Vendoo. I was able to put that on multiple platforms. It just happened to sell on Poshmark. And then I went into Vendoo and I was able to delist that item from all of the different platforms that it was listed on with one simple click. Super easy to use, and it makes cross-listing so much easier. I've been using Vendoo for several weeks now, and I have found that it is starting to increase my sales because of course it is increasing the exposure of my items on multiple marketplaces. And if you are interested in learning more about what it is and how it could work for you, I will leave a link down below and right here to my video that basically explains it all. It's a sponsored video, but it's all my own opinion, and I talk about how I use Vendoo to make my cross-listing process way more efficient. Also, if you're interested in trying it for yourself, there is, as always, a link down below where you will get 25% off your first month with Vendoo. All right, on with shipping. Okay, one of the first things to sell in the last day or two is a game. It is No Man's Sky, and it's an Xbox One game. It's going to be around here somewhere. Aha, I see it right there. Okay, this particular game was actually my husband's. We used to have an Xbox, and then we accidentally broke it when we moved house. I need to sell that for parts. Note to self. But this one sold for $33.18, so this is definitely a game I would look for at a yard sale. Okay, the next thing I think is up on the top of my shelves, and it was a bonus item for me. It was not something I purchased necessarily. It came tucked inside of something else I purchased at a yard sale. It is a giant pillowcase, like a body pillowcase, and it is Rock Lee, I believe. It's like an anime situation. But like I said, I bought a bag at a yard sale, and this and another one was actually inside of that bag, and I was able to sell both of them for $30 a piece. And then I've got the bag listed as well, so I definitely made a good profit there and didn't realize that I was getting like 3 for the price of 1 essentially. Okay, next is a toy. I don't know if it's in Plush or down in these toys. Let me check here first because it's a little easier. Oh, I don't think it's in there, no. Okay, this is an estate sale find, and it is... All right, there we go. It is a vintage Peter Pan doll. Unfortunately, he does not have his shoes or his belt. There's a little bit of wear here and there, but I paid about $2 for this at an estate sale. It's from the late 1960s, 68, I believe. And this sold for $12.99, I think it was, plus the shipping on eBay. Okay, and the last item going out today on eBay is a black, sort of very classic Xbox One controller. Again, this was mine and my husband's, but we broke the Xbox, so we're selling the controllers and the games. Okay, next item is a Poshmark sale, and it is this right on top here. So this was from a yard sale. I think I paid maybe $4 for this. Obviously, it's a Beetle Juice reference, but the brand, as you can see on the side here, is Killstar. This is super rare. If you haven't seen my yard sale video where I think I called it like the best yard sale I ever went to, and the thumbnail said that everything was rare. It really was. It was so exciting. But yeah, there was none of these basically online, and this one sold for $80 plus shipping. I probably could have held out and got a bit more. I had it listed at $125. I think it had like 130 likes on it, but I decided to send out a very decent offer of $80, and someone scooped it up almost immediately. Okay, next item is S18. Oh, there it is. So this is only listed like a week or so. It is soft surroundings, and it is a black, like very long, sort of tunic length top, really. Very nice for sort of the Christmassy season, I suppose. I think I paid about 25 cents for this top. I've actually sold quite a lot of soft surroundings the last few days, so it's definitely a brand that I would keep an eye out for as long as the price is right, and it sold for $24 plus shipping on Poshmark. All right, and then I have one Christmas sweater. I don't know if it's hanging out in here or in my other sweaters. I've lost track of all my Christmas sweaters now. There we go, I found it. It was in here all along. So it is a vintage teddy bear, 'tis the season, like very 90s Christmas sweatshirt. I paid less than $1 for this, and it sold for $20 plus shipping. Next is another vintage sweater. This is kind of like a cardigan one. It is a vintage Tennessee or like Tennessee Vols. It's like a sweatshirt material, but it's a cardigan technically, I suppose. It's sold on Etsy. This is another one that I cross-posted and would definitely attribute to Vendu just for getting that out there and to a different marketplace since it's sold on Etsy. If I remember correctly, I paid about 50 cents for this at a rummage sale because I thought it was really cool, and it sold for $44.95 plus shipping. All right, and the last item that I'm going to pull today is my absolute favorite. It's one of the best sales that I've had in a little while. All right, so it's going to be somewhere in here, S21. All right, found it. So this is a vintage, like 1980s, 1990s, made in the USA, high cut Budweiser, like all over print spell out bathing suit. I paid like $1.70, I think it ended up being, at a yard sale for this. In fact, the person was so surprised that I wanted to buy it, she kind of laughed, but I thought it was cool and I wanted to give it a chance, and it sold on Etsy for $189.95. Yes, you heard that correctly, $190 plus shipping for a used bathing suit. So apparently these vintage Budweiser bathing suits are a huge bolo, so keep your eyes peeled out there. All right, you guys, that will do it for today's shipping. I need to go take these items up to my office. I need to package the heck out of them. I need to insure them, most likely, because of all of the crazy USPS stuff that is going on right now. And yeah, I need to get them on their way to their buyers. Okay, so it is a Thursday, I think, and we only have 4 sales today, so I'm going to grab them real quick and get them all packaged up. We have a Bugs Bunny cassette, which I know is around here somewhere, in with all of the media. All right, here it is. So it is a vintage You Rang answering machine messages with Bugs Bunny and friends. I picked this up for 50 cents at a yard sale, and this one sold for $12.99 plus shipping. There we go. Okay, the next item is underneath a couple of these things. Let me unpack a few housewares real quick. Okay, the next item is this one, which was really a surprise item to me. So I picked it up at a yard sale, and I think I spent $1 on this. I picked it up just because it looked to be from the 80s, little twin stars. It's the same sort of company or whatnot that makes like Hello Kitty and stuff. Anyway, it's sold on Etsy for $59.95 plus shipping. So definitely kind of a surprise there. And I guess little twin stars is a little bit of a bolo. So I figured I would share that with you guys. And this is another one of those sales as well that I attribute to Vendu, because this is an item that was listed. It was not cross-posted to Etsy, and lo and behold, I cross-posted about 3 days ago, and boom, it's sold. So really happy that I used Vendu to cross-post this item and get more eyes on it. Okay, next we have an item. It's 016, so it's going to be in here somewhere. All right, here it is. It is a really cool vintage Tennessee Volunteers t-shirt. It has kind of like an all over print to it, just really sort of like loud, very sort of like retro vibes, very cool. And that's all for $29.95 on eBay. And sort of funny story, there was somebody on Poshmark who kept sending me the same offer over and over. It went on for, I want to say like weeks, maybe even a couple of months, and they were stuck to 15. They wouldn't come up $1 for this thing. But I knew that it was worth more than that. It's a vintage item, so it's going to be a longer tail. I used to wait for the right buyer, but it was a cool item, so I stuck to my guns, and here it is, sold for $29.95, and I'm glad that I did that and got sort of twice the money for it. Okay, next we have an Etsy sale, and it is a plush. It is one of the Garfields. Which one though? That's the question. All right, it is this guy here. This is the #1 grad Garfield, and this is going to a graduate, and I have a little note that I need to write to put in with this package, which I sometimes do on Etsy if it's requested. Yeah, and he sold for $19.95 plus shipping, and he was about $1 or so at a yard sale. This is one of those items as well that I put down to using Vendu. This is something that I had not cross-posted before, and then I managed to use Vendu to get that listing up on Mercari and Etsy as well, and it sold within the week on Etsy. So I'm very grateful that I was able to cross-post that. Like I said, I procrastinate with my cross-posting a lot when I do it manually, but Vendu has simplified that so much for me that I'm doing it way more often. And because of that, I am making more sales. All right, and the last item today is in my chunky vintage sweater bin. I really liked this piece as well. It's very, very kind of like 80s, 90s style. It is a very sort of fluffy knit, kind of neon colored Southwest style sweater. It's been listed for a while, probably over a year, but I knew that eventually it would sell based on style, and it sold for $30 on Poshmark plus the shipping. All right, time to go up and print those labels. If you like this video, please do think about giving it a thumbs up because it tells me and YouTube that you rather enjoyed it. As usual, if you're looking for any reseller themed merch, then do feel free to check out the link down below to my Teespring store where I have lots of different stuff, face masks, t-shirts, fanny packs, anything that you can think of that is reseller and thrifting themed. And if you're looking for a very friendly Facebook group to come ask your questions or just get to know some people in the community, then that is linked down below, as well as our Facebook group, Thrift Nice, and we would love to have you stop by and say hello. All right, you guys, I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.